do have one guest.
Fred Carey, representing Aqua.
Okay. Thank you for attending. Any public comments on agenda items?
None.
Okay. May I have a motion for the approval of the April 24, 2025 board meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Brandon.
Yes.
Mr. Herford.
Yes.
Mrs. Mahalik.
Yes.
Mr. Rivera.
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
Yes.
Mrs. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Washburger.
Yes.
Mrs. Whitaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Do we have any action items from the executive session?
Mr. Chairman, we do not, but we had an information session and an executive session preceding today's meeting. The information session began at 11 o'clock, and there was no deliberation on any of the issues covered as part of the information sessions. The executive session portion of the pre-meeting, we talked about the oral argument in the Supreme Court case, the City of Chester bankruptcy case, and the board received legal advice on some of the labor issues on the agenda today. There's no need to take action, and I have nothing further to report.
Thank you, Mr. Solicitor. Now moving on to item 8, Chief Financial Officer's report. There's one item. It's a request to approve expenses by function report. May I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Brandon.
Yes.
Mr. Herford.
Yes.
Mrs. Mahalik.
Yes.
Mr. Rivera.
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
Yes.
Mrs. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Washburger.
Yes.
Mrs. Whitaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, next item is 9. We have 3 items under 9, the Director of Engineering report. I'll take each of them one by one. 9A is a request to award contract 25-005, furnishing and delivery of distribution materials for $534,452.99 from CoStar Ferguson Enterprises LLC. May I have a motion for item 9A?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Brandon.
Yes.
Mr. Herford.
Yes.
Mrs. Mahalik.
Yes.
Mr. Rivera.
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
Yes.
Mrs. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Washburger.
Yes.
Mrs. Whitaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 9B is a request to approve proposals from Building Envelope Consultants and Scientists for the Octoraro Art Building evaluation not to exceed $16,600. May I have a motion for item 9B?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Mr. Brandon.
Yes.
Mr. Herford.
Yes.
Mrs. Mahalik.
Yes.
Mr. Rivera.
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
Yes.
Mrs. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Washburger.
Yes.
Mrs. Whitaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 9C is a request to adopt a resolution and approve submission of grant application for Pennsylvania's Watershed Restoration and Protection Program. Resolutions and applications are subject to the solicitor's and executive manager's review and approval as to form and content. May I have a motion for 9C, please?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Brandon.
Yes.
Mr. Herford.
Yes.
Mrs. Mahalik.
Yes.
Mr. Rivera.
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
Yes.
Mrs. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Washburger.
Yes.
Mrs. Whitaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Moving on to item 10, the Director of Human Resources section. We have 2 items, 10A and B. The first one, 10A, requests to approve pension payments for Thomas Reeder, effective June 1st, 2025.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Brandon.
Yes.
Mr. Herford.
Yes.
Mrs. Mahalik.
Yes.
Mr. Rivera.
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
Yes.
Mrs. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Washburger.
Yes.
Mrs. Whitaker.
Yes.
Mr. Williams. Mrs. Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries.
The next one is item 10B, request to approve renewal of agreement with CBIZ Retirement Plan Services for Actuarial services, which include actuarial evaluation, biannual pension estimate statements, and GASB number 67 and 68, pension disclosure reports for $25,500. Also actuarial evaluation and GASB number 74, 75, other post-employment benefits, otherwise known as OPEBs, disclosure reports for $14,500. May I have a motion for item 10B?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Brandon,
Yes.
Mr. Herford,
Yes.
Mrs. Mahala,
Yes.
Mr. Rivera,
Yes.
Mr. Shelton,
Yes.
Mrs. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Washburger,
Yes.
Mrs. Whitaker,
Yes.
Mrs. Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, moving on to item 11, the executive manager's report. There are two items there. Item 11A, request to approve professional services proposal from RIS Solutions Incorporated for network penetration testing not to exceed $24,300. May I have a motion for item 11A?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Brandon,
Yes.
Mr. Herford,
Yes.
Mrs. Mahala,
Yes.
Mr. Rivera,
Yes.
Mr. Shelton,
Yes.
Mrs. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Washburger,
Yes.
Mrs. Whitaker,
Yes.
Mrs. Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Moving on to item 11B is a request to approve a memorandum of agreement between Service Employees International Union, SEIU, 32BJ, and Laborers Union International Local 413, and the Chester Water Authority. May I have a motion for item 11B?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Brandon,
Yes.
Mr. Herford,
Yes.
Mrs. Mahala,
Yes.
Mr. Rivera,
Yes.
Mr. Shelton,
Yes.
Mrs. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Washburger,
Yes.
Mrs. Whitaker,
Yes.
Mrs. Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Under 12, we do have some new business, and the first item is the recognition. Our executive manager is going to do that.
Yes, so item 12A is recognition of Chester Water Authority's transparency in financial transaction. So this is specifically us receiving a 10-year certificate of excellence for our outstanding commitment to disclosure reporting for municipal bonds with a dedication to transparency and accountability by the DAC. So that is a testament to this authority's financial acumen and our transparency to our ratepayers.
And Mrs. Westenberg is not here, but we would certainly provide kudos to her for all her fine work in achieving that recognition.
Mr. Chairman, may I have you heard on that issue, that 12A issue?
Sure.
I just wanted to point out how important that is, because we're not like a typical authority where we've been under assault for 8 years. And different things that have happened to us by the people that have us under assault require an enhanced commitment to transparency and accountability. And this is a requirement that we undertook voluntarily when we borrowed money in 2014 as part of our bond issuance. We promised to let the bondholders know and let the financial markets know of our situation at all times. And Ms. Webkenberg and the Finance Committee and the board and Ms. Webkenberg's staff have done an outstanding job, along with the assistant of our financial advisors and also the bond counsel, in making sure that we comply with all of our obligations there. And if there was a close call, we erred on the side of transparency. So it is a very important recognition. I'm sorry Mrs. Webkenberg was not here to hear these comments, but it makes everyone's job a lot easier, and it makes us a lot more, it enhances our reputation as an institution greatly. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Solicitor. We do have another item, which is 12B, a letter of support from Oxford Borough, and Mr. Walshberger will be reading that letter for us.
Yeah, so it is a letter of support from the Borough of Oxford. It is addressed to Mr. Brandon as chairperson of the Board of Directors. And it reads, Dear Mr. Brandon, on behalf of the Council of the Borough of Oxford, I submit this letter to express our opposition to the sale of the Chester Water Authority to a private company. As we all wait to learn the ruling of the upcoming Pennsylvania Supreme Court case, we have been and remain very concerned about the effects of privatization on area residents and businesses. Greater Oxford is a region with much promise and continues to grow. Still, Oxford Borough has many economic challenges. The borough is characterized by a higher rate of poverty than our neighbors and a lower rate of home ownership. As elected officials, it is critical that we prepare for the pressures a changing Southern Chester County will place on our personnel, finances, and infrastructure. However, we do so with a keen focus on how what we do will affect our low and moderate income residents. The borough owns its own municipal water system, with approximately 1/3 of our water purchased from the Chester Water Authority. For many years, we have benefited from a collaborative relationship with CWA. We continue to work with your team as we make strategic investments to help ensure that Oxford Water remains a publicly owned utility. We believe this to be in the best interest of our ratepayers. We strongly believe this to also be true for CWA and CWA's ratepayers, including Oxford. Recent reports in both traditional and social media indicate that certain private entities and state government actors are pursuing plans that would dramatically alter CWA's structure and control. If these plans are successful, significant increased costs for water are inevitable. The history is clear. Privatization will result in rates increasing exponentially, having drastically negative impacts on the lives of our residents and the viability of local businesses. If control of CWA is transferred to private interests, the inevitable spike in cost will create an economic ripple effect, hurting the borough and our residents, discouraging business development and retention, and hampering our downtown revitalization efforts. Borough Council has been watching as the potential sale of CWA moves through the courts. On 2 occasions, the Council has unanimously adopted several resolutions in opposition to the sale of CWA. I have included those documents with this letter. If you have any questions about the resolutions or our position on the matter, please feel free to contact me. She includes her phone number and email address. It's signed sincerely, Catherine Cloyd, Council President, with copies to State Senator Carolyn Committa, State Representative John Lawrence, and the Chester County Commissioners. And attached is several resolutions. First is Resolution 1251 of 2017. And I'll just read the title of these. That is a resolution confirming the belief of the Oxford Borough Council that the Chester Water Authority should not be sold to a private entity, and supporting the decision of the current Chester Water Authority Board of Directors to reject the proposal submitted by Aqua America Incorporated, and that was signed November 20th, 2017. Next resolution attached is 1295 of 2020. It's titled A Resolution of the Borough of Oxford, Chester County, Pennsylvania, expressing serious and immediate concerns about the proposed actions regarding Chester Water Authority in light of Governor Wolf's declaration of fiscal emergency for the city of Chester. And that was signed May 18th of 2020. And then the last resolution is number 1356 of 2023, titled A Resolution Reaffirming the Position of the Oxford Borough Council that Chester Water Authority should not be sold to a private entity. And that was signed April 3rd of 2023.
Thank you very much. I just want to piggyback and say that I know Mr. Jenkins and Mr. Turner have been reaching out to businesses in the area and other municipalities, and I think there is almost unanimous support for CWA remaining in public hands. And I think this is just a testament of that. One borough basically sending us a letter of support, so I really appreciate getting that. Next item, 12C. You're going to hear a little bit more about that from another one of our board members, Ms. Malik.
Yes, so we want to announce Public Water Independence Day, celebrating the, I believe, 8th anniversary of this board's rejection of an offer for this authority to be privatized. We will celebrate that on Saturday, June 7th from 12 to 5 out at our water source, the Octorara Reservoir in Kirkwood. This is a really fun, family-friendly event that includes really good food. I think there's going to be barbecue, smash burgers, pretzels, ice cream this year. 2 pontoon boat tours of the reservoir. You can go see where your water is made at our treatment plant. There are kayak lessons, paddle boats. And a lot of great swag, including, I hope they have it again this year. There was a great I Love My Public Water hat last year that my husband wears all the time. And this is running concurrently with the Lancaster Conservancy's 2025 Water Week, and I believe they will be on hand to hand out some seeds and native plants there. So we invite everyone to come on down. It's a great event and a lot of fun for kids. So bring them to see where their water comes from. And I would be remiss not to mention there is free busing from Delaware County and the city of Chester, and you can sign up for the bus at pwid.savecwa.org. There's also more information at savecwa.org.
Well done. Thank you. Do we have any other new business? Hearing none, moving on to old business. Any old business? Any public comment?
None.
None. You sure?
Okay.
With that, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it,
Aye.
meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.